I didn't see Jinx and Silco get on hold. No. Hey, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm about to jump into Arcane episode 4. If you watched the last video, you'll know I didn't do any kind of a recap on that because I basically couldn't speak. It's been a little over a week since I watched that, and I have actually been meaning to get back into it sort of sooner than that, but obviously Christmas and other bits and pieces. So it started out with Vi seemingly handing herself over to the enforcers, or to the topside people, and Vander came and found her and basically took her place. And I don't think that... I know she's got a name and I can't think of it at the moment, but the female enforcer, the one who was basically on friendly terms with Vander, I don't think she wanted him to hand himself in because, like she said, they would lose the link to the downstairs area, so that deal would kind of go. Oh my god. I have literally just realised that was what Matey's plan was. With Vander out the way, if he wasn't there, keeping the peace, because of the deal he had with the topside people, then they could just attack. They could just do what Matey wanted them to do and just declare war and fight. Shit. I mean, I'm guessing there was some revenge, or I don't know if it was revenge, but like some payback in there as well. But that was kind of, I don't know. God, interesting. But yeah, so there was that. So Vander basically handed himself in, but then Matey, Silco is his name, Silco and his goons basically showed up when the enforcers came and got Vander, and they took Vander from them, which I'm now realising, like what I just said, is obviously why. And the guy that owned the shop, God, I'm so crap with names, Benzo, he got killed. And obviously Vi saw that, and that was horrific enough, that was awful. Benzo's death didn't shock me as much as Vi's reaction to it. Like, because we didn't really know Benzo that well. We knew he was obviously close to Vander and stuff, but we didn't really know him as a character. So for me, at least, I wasn't like, oh my god, that's really upsetting because Benzo's dead, because I didn't really know him. It was more Vi's reaction to seeing that, or to seeing the blood kind of hit the window. But yeah, so obviously Vi sort of went back and they decided that they were going to go and rescue Vander, which is kind of expected, and they left Powder behind. You know, I totally get Vi's reasoning for that, but obviously Powder didn't take it so well and went anyway with the little blue crystals in the bomb thingies she makes, and it just all went to absolute shit. And and I'm going to try and talk about this quite quickly, I think, because if I linger on it too much and think about it too long, then I'm probably going to start crying again. But it wasn't so much all the death that happened in that episode, although that was obviously horrific enough. It was the fact that Powder did it and the fallout of that. God. And it was the little touches that they put into that episode which absolutely killed me. Like Vi obviously coming to after being thrown by the explosion and seeing one of Powder's little bomb things and realising what had happened, and then Vander obviously coming to briefly and seeing all the kids, like the 2 kids that got killed, their bodies, and it's just like, Jesus. And obviously at that point he didn't realise it was Powder, so that's kind of one relief, I suppose. And then we obviously have Vander dying, which is horrendous, and the scenes after that, good lord. Like when Powder comes up and sort of says, oh look at me, it worked, and Vi just goes mental on her. For good reason. I mean, obviously, Powder didn't mean for that to happen, but Vi's obviously in shock. Powder doesn't realise how many people have died, and you can see both of their sides. And then when she leaves her and Powder's just like crying and screaming, and it's just like absolutely heartbreaking. And then obviously Silco shows up. Is it Silco? I'm sure it's Silco. And Vi tries to go back to get Powder, and the enforcer, grabs her. So obviously now Powder's just going to assume she's been abandoned and that Vi just left her there, which she kind of did to start off with, but then she was going to go back. But I think the bit as well that got me, I mean the rest of it got me as well, but like the bit right at the end even got me when she just launched herself at Silco and hugged him, and it was just like that tenderness he shows her. I mean, I'm sure it's for his own means, but, like, even so, just the way he kind of hugs her, and I know it's quite an awkward hug, but... And then the chilling moment when obviously Powder says that she doesn't have a sister anymore, and it's just like, oh my god, it's just so heartbreaking. I think this is why I've been putting off watching this next episode, not because of the episode itself, but because of having to do the recap. But anyway, I am actually going to attempt to watch episode 4 and try not to cry. I'm hoping this is quite a mild episode, honestly, after the last one, so I guess we shall see. So with all of that said, this is Arcane episode 4. I really want this to be a nice episode, please. Let's not have any death. Of course, there was all the magic stuff that happened as well, wasn't there? Which kind of got overshadowed by everything else that was happening.
You wanted to see me, Professor?
Ah, come in, Jace. The Council has recommended you give the Progress Day speech this year.
But you always give that speech.
I agree with them. Your Hex Gates have done wonders for our city.
Oh wow, so it's a while later then.
It's short notice, I know, but perhaps there's something in the lab you might be able to share. People love a grand reveal.
Victor and I have just the thing. The next chapter of Hex Tech. Come to the lab this afternoon, I'll show you.
The next chapter? Oh, that's cool. Reminds me of Final Fantasy. I'm absolutely not skipping the intro, thank you very much. It's a stark difference, isn't it, up here than it is down below. Is that mechanical? That's really cool.
I'm working.
Oh, I can see that. I mean, there's so much crime to...
Oh, she's an enforcer?
It's your fault, really, for not following her into a career more befitting your station.
Okay, yes, okay.
Shipping manifest?
From your friend, downtown.
Silco?
The firelight!
Oh shit.
We have 5 minutes till they're out of there.
Okay, who's this?
Never seen this much shimmer before.
They're expanding. Check for more below. Burn it all.
Oh, is that Vi? Oh dear.
Open up! Oh no. She's here.
That is Vi, isn't it? The hood. God, that made me jump. Oh god. I hope that wasn't Vi. Was that Vi there? Oh shit.
Hi. I can't lose you.
Why did you lose me? Because you're a jinx! I want to fight. You're not ready.
Surely not.
You are supposed to guard the cargo.
Surely his boy is not dead.
Heimerdinger believes science should be used to improve lives as much as we do. We just need to show him it's safe.
But what about the council?
We stabilized the crystal like they asked. Built the hex gates like they asked. It's our turn to decide the future of Hextech.
It's fucking crystals.
Professor, I'm so glad you could make it.
What do we have on the docket?
It all began with this.
Yes, it did.
Magical energy too volatile to be handled outside our workshops. Hextech was supposed to bring magic into the life of the common man, and now it finally can.
Wait! Holy sprockets.
We found a means to fortify the crystals.
Could they not have done that before the beginning of episode 1?
We can now design portable devices. The gemstone can power virtually anything.
Shit.
I want Hextech to be a tool for us to build a new world. And now, it's finally possible.
Anyway, this is our presentation.
Quite amazing, gentlemen. Give it a decade of careful research, and it will be ready.
A decade?
Putting that kind of power into everyone's hands is dangerous.
I was about to say that. It's all lovely if it's doing good, but not everybody's going to want it to do good, are they? This seems a bit worrying.
You're from the Undercity.
I didn't do anything.
Easy.
That was the guy with Silco.
He'll kill me.
Who? I can protect you.
Caitlin Kiraman. Why does that not surprise me? Interfering in an investigation again. We have a chain of command for a reason.
I understand, but there's more going on here than just the smuggling. If I could just question him,
I'll take it from here. Since you're looking for more work, you can take the graveyard shift tonight at the fair.
Well, he's clearly doing a shit job if he hasn't bloody found this guy. Absolute dickhead. So Silco's obviously in charge down here now, I would assume.
She fired on us.
There are always mishaps in battle. The Firelights were her target, and most are dead.
It wasn't a mishap. She froze up and lost her shit. She's a problem, and we all know it.
We? Who's we? It was your job to make sure things went smoothly. You failed. Don't disappoint me again. The world's growing smaller every day, thanks to the Hex Gates. The Topsiders are leaving us further and further behind. What happened?
She already told you.
I'm asking you.
One of those Firelight wackos was a girl. With pink hair.
Your sister's gone. You know that as well as I do.
I'm sorry.
I need to know that I can rely on you. I'm doing this for us, Jinx.
Jinx.
Won't happen again.
I know.
Oh.
Savika will clean up today's mess.
Savika?
That ogre couldn't clean a dust bunny with a blowtorch.
You should focus on your gadgetry. Take some time.
I don't need time.
Take it anyhow.
I'm not going to take that well, is she? She does look very cool, though, like with the hair and the nails and stuff. So maybe that wasn't Vi then. Maybe it was just somebody with pink hair and she was kind of seeing it as Vi.
Fundraiser's going well. Heimerdinger is a great scientist, but he's old. Piltover needs a leader who looks forward. Someone like you.
You really believe that?
Hextech has the potential to change everything. The world is ready. I've already spoken to several potential investors. It's your speech. Give the people a glimpse of the future.
It wasn't her.
Thank God.
It wasn't.
I bloody hope not.
I know, just some wannabe street trash. I got confused. Now he thinks I'm weak. Savika will clean it up. Savika's a regular Johnny on the spot. I'm not weak. And I'm gonna show him.
She does need to be careful with that, because the last time she tried to show somebody, it did not go well.
You had your speech prepared?
This would be my worst nightmare. It reminds me of a funny-looking Moogle.
A few years ago, the Hex Gates opened their ports to the world and made Piltover prosper beyond anything we could have ever imagined. But we're not done yet. This year, we've created something new for you.
Shit, he's gonna reveal it, isn't he?
That we will share with you when the time is right.
Wow.
Things that will bring.
So he was told not to, and then he was going to, but then he changed his mind at the last minute.
We are the city of progress, and our future is bright.
That's going to be a problem, isn't it?
What are you even doing here, Kiraman? Don't you have a cocktail party to attend?
Fire! Fire!
What's happening?
Get the fire brigade!
This is a trap, isn't it? Shit. Oh. Powder.
The gemstone is gone, along with some of our research papers.
The situation is still developing. No one in the Undercity has claimed responsibility yet.
How did it come to this?
Shit.
The Undercity cannot be controlled. Not by us.
So where does that leave us?
Mr. Tallis, could the Trenchers build a weapon with the stolen crystal?
Shit.
Their ingenuity over the years, of course they can.
If the right person got a hold of it, it's possible they could utilize its energy. I agree. It was my responsibility to safeguard this technology, and I failed. I have come before you to recommend that we suspend all Hex-Tech operations until the situation is resolved.
You would sacrifice your life's work?
Without the Hex Gates, my goods cannot reach foreign markets till winter.
Perhaps the time has come to explore a more radical solution.
Oh god.
Mr. Tallis has demonstrated his commitment to our safety. I propose that a new chair be brought forth, and that House Tallis be elevated to this august body.
What?
As a counselor, he will have the resources necessary to protect all our investments.
Does the boy have any experience?
Only that of a scientist, like Heimerdinger.
She's trying to replace him.
Hex-Tech security should be administered by a scientist. I second the motion.
Replace or add? Okay, so she did go and get up. Shit.
Half a dozen enforcers dead! Enforcers dead!
Yeah.
A building blown to pieces!
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any idea what you've done?
Actually, I do. Happy Progress Day!
That's like really sweet, but also incredibly disturbing.
Hey. How you feeling?
I've had a break in the case.
Shouldn't you be resting?
While the trail is hot, the answer is here, staring me in the face.
How do you intend to prove any of this?
If I can just work this out, Marcus will have to listen.
They need more than just theories.
Since when did you concern yourself with the council's opinion?
Since he became one of them.
You almost died, Kate. I just want you to be safe.
But I already have a job.
No, you don't. After the attack, your parents spoke to the sheriff.
I don't need charity, counselor. Yours or my parents.
Kate.
Get out.
Do we know this place? Oh, is this the prison that the guy was
I
sent
need to speak with one of the inmates.
Yes, okay.
Must have been sent in today.
Oh, afraid that's not possible.
Why not?
Well, there's been an incident.
What kind of incident?
The not so pretty kind.
Oh god. He was killed?
Have to talk to him.
Oh, you'll be able to, as soon as he can move his jaw again.
Oh. Oh, it's Vi, isn't it?
Who the hell are you?
I'm really proud that I managed to keep it together for most of that episode. Oh, Powder is not in a good way, or I suppose Jinx is not in a good way. It's painful to watch her. Like, that little area she's... Well, I say little, it's not that little, but the area she's got with her workshop and stuff is just, like, absolutely disturbing. I might actually have to go back and, like, check the details, but I don't know, it's just all really disturbing, and she's obviously massively, massively traumatized. And I don't use that word lightly, like, by everything that she's seen in her childhood. You know, like, first, presumably her parents dying in that big war thing on the bridge at, like, the opening of episode 1. And then obviously all the stuff with the explosion and Vi leaving her. You know, we know Vi didn't actually mean to leave her, but she's really, really messed up. And it's funny because she's obviously sort of a few years older now. I don't know exactly how much time has passed. I don't know if it sort of said at the beginning of the episode and I missed that, but it's funny how childish she still acts, even though she's obviously quite a bit older. And I don't know. And she's obviously kind of latched onto Silco, hasn't she? Like, that's her replacement for Vi. And even that, I mean, you know, she seems to be worse than him somehow, which is saying a lot. And yeah, I'm very glad that Vi's not dead. She's obviously in the prison. And I don't know if she's been there since all that stuff happened, like in the last episode, or if something's happened like recently and she's just been put there for whatever reason. But hopefully we'll see more of her in the next episode. But yeah, then we've obviously got all the magic stuff happening, which is concerning because because Jinx, or Powder, has now got hold of that technology, which I actually didn't see coming, honestly. I don't know why I didn't see that coming. I assumed that the two counsellors that were interested in it and who wanted to push it sooner than the little guy did, I assumed they were going to kind of not take over, but I assumed that they would kind of push for it to be developed perhaps sooner than it should be and pushed out and stuff. I didn't see Jinx and Silco getting hold of it. So that's worrying. Like, really worrying. Especially as Jinx, or Powder. I don't know what I want to call her because she's still Powder to me, but I know she's kind of turned into Jinx now. But it's just super worrying because she is obviously very, very unstable. Like, at least the Silco guy, I feel, has some sort of moral compass. Not a particularly accurate one, maybe, but I feel like he has some sort of control, whereas Jinx has none. And that's absolutely terrifying. I am actually going to have to jump into the next episode now, I think, so I'm going to wrap this video up. If you've enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to check out the full-length version or gain early access to other episodes, you can find the link to my Patreon in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.